Democrats get bludgeoned by a liberal curmudgeon, veteran political strategist, and hairless goblin. James Carville trash talked his fellow Dems in our video of the day. Roll it, Agatha.
We keep wondering why these young people aren't coming home to the Democrats. We say, oh, why blacks are not coming home to the Democrats? Because Democratic messaging is full of That's why.
Right. Wow.
And talk about cost of living. And we're going to help deal with this. And don't talk about GAFA and student loans.
Kennedy, that nice little old lady is making some sense.
You're right.
She really is.
She's such a gentle lesbian. What's her name?
It's like Gollum with boobies. Oh, the presidency is
Why aren't they listening to him?
Why aren't they listening to him?
Yeah,
because he's bashing their message. Like, that's all they got is the messaging they're running on now. But it falls on deaf ears when people can't afford things. And then when you have the president go on CNN and say, inflation was 9% when I took office. Now it's -40. And it's like, none of that is true. All people know is their own pain. He's supposed to be an empathetic person. He's not coming off as empathetic at all. And you don't get any play as a Democrat if you sit around and go, yeah, Joe Biden's great. He's really amazing. No one is going to clip that and show it to the world. But if you're one of the few Democrats like David Axelrod going, yeah, guys, the messaging isn't working and we are going to lose. This isn't 2020. Then people start to pay attention, but not the people who can actually affect the messaging. They still have their heads comfortably up the first keister.
Charlamagne, I feel like they put all their eggs on the trial basket, and it's having a reverse effect. It's not like they were hoping. If he gets found guilty, then but his numbers are still going up.
You are absolutely right. James Carville is absolutely right. What I've been saying over and over is they spend so much time telling America how bad Donald Trump is, but not enough time saying what they feel President Biden has done right. And then when, their constituents be like, well, what has President Biden done? Or where has the vice president been? Well, we would know if you didn't spend all your time on MSNBC, CNN, and on your social media feeds just constantly pumping out Trump, 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 Trump. Like, that's not an effective strategy, if you ask me.
Yeah. Kat, what's the solution then for the Democrats when you're frustrated? By the way, he is married to a Republican. Maybe that's why he's sensible.
I think part of the problem is, too, with social media, I think a lot of the most extreme voices get the most attention. And I think if you look at it a lot, you can really think that a popular left-wing account on social media is how the average American who maybe leans left is thinking. And I think that kind of works in both ways. But with the Democrats, they do kind of eat their own a lot, right? If somebody could be, if there's one issue where maybe they're off or they're not speaking about something in the right way, then that can make that person like, oh, that person's shamed and shouldn't listen to that person anymore. So I think that we're all in this, right? We're all reading news issues. This is part of our daily lives. Most people look around them and maybe the issues that are important to them, they don't hear people talking about at all.
Tyrus, I feel like he's like a therapist to the Democrats. Democrats are like a patient. And he's just tired of their constant whining without actually doing the work that a therapist would tell you to do.
Well, I kind of look at it more like he's a grandfather trying to smarten you up. I think policing your own party, there needs to be more of it. I always get in trouble for calling out Republicans on their and the same thing when he's telling you this stuff, because he's speaking it's changing. But I think the Democrats, the one thing Democrats do well is they know how to play with a lead. Republicans can't keep a lead. They'll get up 25 and be down 2 with a minute to go. Like, that's just the Republican Party. We can't play with it. We do dumb like supposed to have a red wave, and then all of a sudden we go after Roe versus Wade. Like, what? You couldn't wait it? Like, we don't play well with leads. So him shooting, we need to have more of that on this side, where policing your own is always better, because him talking trash about Republicans, no one cares.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're paying attention, but what the problem is that he's a Democrat. And I can sit down and I can debate and be cool with a Democrat, even though our stuff is different, because all my voting's based off my tax bracket. So if my goes downhill, then I'll probably be a Democrat. But I'm trying to go up, so I'm going to watch my taxes. But the point is that when Carville speaks to that, he's speaking to the older part of the Democratic Party. The progressives are different. The only guy they were willing to listen to was Bernie Sanders, and then he became obsolete. So now they're running underneath our president. Joe Biden is the greatest progressive president of all time because he has no idea what he's saying. Because old Joe was Mr. Three Strikes. He was worse on law and order than any Republican. He was part of that plan. Another thing that bothers me that they're so happy with their lead is Kamala Harris has got no opportunities. This should have been the time for her to be out speaking on every TV show, showing I'm ready to go, I'm next. But we don't need to take risks because we've got 81 million last vote. Republicans had, 72 or something like that, how it worked out? So they think they can keep that lead by just saying, remember how bad he is, and we don't have to be right. We have to be on point.
I don't think they have a lead. And I don't think they have a lead at all.
Polls is, people don't even answer their phones anymore. So when I see polls and stuff, it sounds good, but until the day of the vote, because everyone will say stuff, they'll say stuff till they're blue in the face, and then they'll go vote, because you vote in that little box by yourself.
The reason I say I look at polls now is because Trump can say the wildest shit. He's got all of these criminal charges. It shouldn't even seem like it's going to be close. But the fact that we don't know what's going to happen in November, that's what had me saying last year, hey, man, are the Biden-Harris ticket, is that a winnable ticket? I think that's a fair question to ask.
Are they even a team?
All right, we got a break coming up. A corporate rap that sounded like crap.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.